Hey everybody, I'm converting this 1976 VW Bus camper van to electric, and there's a lot of different ways that I could do a battery pack on here, but one idea that I had was to reuse a Tesla Model S battery pack case. Now the main problem here is it's big, it's just too big. But what if I cut it in half? Now, before doing that, there's a couple of things I have to do first, like getting these coolant hoses out of the way. So these coolant lines run down both sides, and I want to save and reuse them while cutting the pack. And originally it looked like these were fed like through holes on either side, but I looked up real close and found out that they're actually just held in with these, which are aluminum pieces, which are held in by essentially caulk. I'm gonna see if I can get at one of these lower ones. Should look better on camera because of the exposure. This has been working really well because you can pry through and like hook into this part. And then pull it off. But now this is free, I can move it around. So I pretty much want to cut right along here, but from the back side of the case I can't see where that is. So I thought what I would do is just drill a couple of holes on this side where I want to cut, and then on the other side I'll just connect them with a marker line. Okay, got the cooling lines disconnected. Some of the spare parts over there. Now what I thought I'd do is on the sides, there's this cover over the umbrella valves, and you got to take those screws out. I figure since these are facing up, I'll just take these out right now, and then on the other side I'll take those out once I have this folded down. And in case you were wondering, I have this vertical because I needed to get it out of the way before I had a chance to work on it. And what I came up with for the best way to hold it vertical and be able to move it around, because it is quite heavy. I'm using 3 furniture dollies. I have one under either end, but then to keep the whole thing from flipping over, I'm using this stack of cribbing. I've got a furniture dolly at the bottom that the battery box is sitting on, but then the cribbing is also strapped down to the furniture dolly. And then the other way around, I've got a strap going around it and around the battery case. And the whole thing is angled. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but it's angled slightly in towards the cribbing. And seems to work pretty well. I've been able to move it around okay by myself. Tilting it down by myself, that's going to be interesting. So to lay the battery pack face side down, the first thing I needed to do was undo the strap. That gave me access to the spine here, because in the middle, this part sticks out a little bit further, and it's also where I wanted to balance the pack. So I had a 1-inch wide board, which I inserted in there, and that would keep any of those middle bits from getting bent. Huh, that works. And this is the side that I already took these screws out. And you can see the pressure relief valves that are under here. Most of them look fine. They're pretty good for the most part, except way up by the front. So this is right behind the front tires. All the dirt and everything gets kicked up right there. And what can happen then is these can get mucked up, and then you can get water in the back. Water in the pack cause all sorts of trouble. Now I wanted to lay out a line for where I would cut, And since I already had those holes drilled from the other side, it was pretty easy. I just needed to connect the dots. I laid my T-square up here and connected those holes with the marker. And the battery's big, so I marked the one side, then went over to the other side and marked that. So I just popped out these two umbrella valves. They've just got two little clips on there. Real easy to just pop out from the back. And then what this does is it gives me room for the guard on the saw, so I can get in there nice and square. So I can see the tube down there. And then what I can do is actually just measure down to it. And it's more than an inch down. So if I stay less than an inch deep on my cut, I should be fine to avoid that. And of course, for cutting, I'm going to wear eye, ear, and hand protection. This is a Diablo Aluminum cutting blade. Okay, there is little pieces of aluminum everywhere, and I'm just using a basic 18 volt battery operated saw, not a high power thing at all, and it's really slicing right through this, no problem at all. Main thing, of course, is just using the right blade. I'm also becoming a much bigger fan of just cleaning up as I go. With this aluminum dust everywhere, it's the kind of thing that would be easy to slip on, and it also gets under the guide on the saw and under the straight edge. So getting it cleaned up is safer and better for work quality. Pretty nice clean cut. You know, I kind of had to watch out for where there were welds just for the guard to ride over. So it did not cut all the way through the middle here. And then also on the ends, those parts are extra thick. And I got to cut all the way down through here, maybe with a maybe reciprocating saw with a metal blade. I wanted to make the rest of the cuts from the top. This would make it easier to see what I was doing in the middle. And then on the two sides, I could make sure that the cooling hoses were completely out of the way. Well, I just got the last that aluminum bracket out, and that let me move all of this coolant tubing out of the way. And now I think, I still got to get through here, and this is already partway cut through, so I might be able to do all this with the circle saw. And then in the middle, there's just a little tiny bit sticking through still. I think that's, not sure, that might be steel. Might do that with the Sawzall. Okay, that is chopped in half. And so I kept all the cooling lines because I intend to reuse them. I'll have to cut them somewhere, but I haven't figured out yet, so I figured leave them. The other thing is I still have on the end here this part. This is where the contactors and the main power connections and everything should have went. Now my plan for this is I'm going to turn this section of battery pack sideways, which means this will be sticking out the side. I'm not sure if that's going to work for me or not. If it doesn't work, I'm going to cut this end piece off as well. And since it's cut in half, now it's easy enough to take the part I'm not using and just setting it off to the side. So there we have it. That is half of a Tesla Model S battery pack. But will it fit into a 1976 VW bus camper? You'll just have to wait to find out in an upcoming episode.
Nah, no cliffhangers. It fits.
So this is with the half a battery tray just kind of pushed roughly under the camper. It's not quite positioned right, but it does fit.
Hey, we have a lot more coming up soon about this project, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay charged up.